Before this video starts, I have an apology to make. Before my little absence from YouTube, I made a video called Explaining Future Absence. In that video, I explained I was busy and all of that, and I needed to take a break so I could deal with everything else I needed to work with. Well, in that same video, I said I'd be gone for a couple weeks. That was the last video I've posted for months. I ended up being a lot more busy than I expected, and I didn't really leave myself open for error, which, of course, happened. So I ended up being gone for way longer than I expected. I will say that while I didn't have time to edit everything and all of that, for a short period of time right after that video called Explaining Future Absence, I still had time to record. I just didn't have time to edit everything. So I do have videos that I recorded. I don't remember how many though. I was trying to stay on top of everything as much as I could. That way I could return as soon as possible. So I do have a few videos that I recorded ahead of time just because I managed to record them during the beginning of my absence. And then one thing led to another. I didn't even have time to record anymore. So that's the reason why I'm mentioning that all of that is because in these next few videos that I'm going to be posting, this one included, all of them were before or during Halloween. I don't think there's a single one that took place after Halloween. I don't think I need to say how long ago that was. So, in all of them, my whole time marking and times when I said before Caramel comes out, Caramel hasn't come out yet, something like that, all of that's inaccurate. And since the only thing I really record at the moment is my storm walkthrough, I can't just re-record it all. So that's a little bit of a disclaimer there. You really can't rely on my time markings. At least not for a while. I will put a little beginning stretch, like similar to this one, right before the first video that I'll have recorded since making this. That way you can actually know, okay, so this is current type of thing. But I needed to explain what happened and all of that. And I figured it's only right I mentioned that the videos are a while ago recorded. So don't rely on the time markings or any of that. Because I know the question's going to be asked, I will be recording Caramel on this character. However, first I need to finish Imperia. I haven't decided if I'm going to record me finishing Imperia on this wizard or not. But I will be recording Caramel on this wizard, in case anybody was going to ask that question. Anyway, on to the video. So let's go ahead and get that started. So I hope you're all doing great. I do have an idea for another series, and I'll explain everything on the first episode of that series. But I'm just kind of mentioning it now. Like, I'm not gonna spoil exactly what it is because, well, spoilers. But I think you guys will like it. I think you guys will appreciate the series. I'm just not gonna spoil much about it until the first episode. Gotta keep you still on your toes, right? That was strange. So on my other account, since I've currently got my balance that I've spent 21 hours trying to get to proper level to be able to do this somewhat easily, I have that logged in and sitting at Mount Olympus currently. And someone went in and I saw something in the chat, so I decided to actually take a look at it, figuring, oh, why not? Let's just look at the chat. Maybe someone's trying to talk to me. So I go over there. I click on that tab, and the guy said, "Don't join, or you like men." I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Where did that come from? I'm not gonna get too far in depth on much of anything like that, but I just thought that was funny. Like what kind of insult is that? Like, anyhow. Yeah, there he is. There's my balance. I'm gonna show you his stats here in a second. Because obviously he, looks a lot different. That's not Mount Olympus gear like he was wearing before. So, since I was not gonna try and go through the trouble of editing 21 hours of, even though I'd be speeding it up a lot, I wasn't gonna go through the trouble of editing 21 hours of video. No. So since I couldn't put that up, I'm just gonna show you what he ended with now. Level 56. Yes, that's 26 levels above point where you actually do Mount Olympus, no, that's not way over level. Because from the way I see it, Mount Olympus itself is difficult even for level 70. So I think this is fair. Now, truthfully, the reason why I'm not bringing him to level 70 is A, because I have a storm in here, but also because I am somewhat good at the game. So I'm not just gonna completely cheat my way through things, but he's got almost 3,000 health. That's a lot. Mana doesn't really matter at this level. 90, yeah, 90. 69 damage, basically 70 damage. That's quite a bit. So 70 damage. Keep that in mind. This looks like I have a damage set, which technically I do. That's basically what Winter Tusk Gear is. But keep that in mind. 70 damage. 14 resist across the board with, of course, a lot more for balance, since it is a balance. Accuracy is like that, 85% for each of the spells, so 93% accurate. That's not bad. It's not 100% accurate like he was with I can speak, I promise, with Mount Olympus gear, but still pretty decently accurate. Definitely more accurate than I am. Like, definitely more accurate than my Storm is. Because, 9 accuracy, but, 70. 79% accurate. Yeah, I'd say that he's pretty good. 95 crit rating. That's 18% for the level that he's at. So 18% critical chance. Block rating is 53 across the board, which I believe is like 14%. And here's why I was mentioning keep in mind the 70 damage. 70 damage, and yet there's still 30% outgoing healing and 27% incoming healing. Where does that come from? Well, actually I know exactly where that comes from. That comes from my other gear. That comes from my ring and a theme, I think. 77 power-up chance, not bad, and I think that's it. So, yeah. It's interesting. Let's back away. I'm not feeling like joining with a whole bunch of other people. If I was streaming, that'd be one thing, but I don't exactly have the ability to stream at the moment, so... Anyway. Let me make sure I've got my gear set up over here. I'll just figure that out when I get in there. Same here, to be honest. I'll just figure it out when I get through there. Alrighty. Like, I need to get through here. I just need to get into the dungeon. This is... I full well expect this to be a long episode. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. Expect this episode to be a good hour and a half minimum. Of course, you would already know because you'd probably seen the timestamp before you clicked on the video, but I'm saying right now, if for some reason you didn't look at the timestamp, expect this to be a good hour and a half minimum. It's, yeah. Okay, now I'm trying to think which would actually be stronger, my balance or my storm. Because, what's my power-up chance here? 27. Okay, we're going with my balance setting. I guess my storm. What would my storm do? Because I don't want to just do nothing. Especially with him being the one in main control. Like the one that's actually, that you guys actually see. I don't want to just be doing nothing. Know what? I've got an idea. I'm gonna set up to hit on my storm. And what I'm gonna do on my balance is set up for a sort of backup hit, but primarily set up on my storm. So where's do I have the? I don't have that one, do I? Oh, I do. Right there, Darkwind. So I guess my balance is just gonna be a primary healer, which is interesting considering not great damage for a storm, but what you gonna do? So I guess I'll put in a couple satyrs, but that's gonna be fairly reserved. I'm gonna put in a bunch of veiling hands, well, a couple of veiling hands, and a couple of helping hands. Okay, that should work. Famous last words. Balance goes in first. Alrighty. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Nice, they both gassed. I did not expect that. Windstorm. I guess Bladestorm, I don't know. It's so weird having my balance set up as a support character when he's actually legitimately stronger. But I mean, I don't want you guys to just be watching pass while the other character does all the work. Where's the fun in that? That was... Whoops! You guys didn't see it, but I just completely screwed up. There's 2 power pips gone on like nothing. I really just did that. Oh yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. You know, I actually don't mind that, believe it or not. But what I do mind is my balance getting literally nothing. Oh, hey, there's the other stone. There's the other stone trap that I get from, I think it's my amulet? Yeah, this is gonna be a very long dungeon. Start of the dungeon at like 10-minute timestamp. We're almost at 20, and I'm still got like nothing. Still haven't gotten past the first boss. My phone's yelling at me. I forgot to turn it off. I guess Blade. I don't know. I can't click this. My computer's yelling at me about something. But I can't do anything about it because if I click it, my recording is gonna stop. Like, that's not fair. I think that works. I was hoping to be able to use the other one. You know what? Just get rid of these stupid white pips. That sounded so weird. Let's get rid of these white pips. Gets another white pip. Great, okay. I'm just gonna elemental blade. Hold on, I'm actually gonna get rid of this stupid thing. Because it's covering part of my... It's covering part of my balance screen. It's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. That means there's going to be a break in the recording. I didn't want to do that, but... Okay. Same round, nothing happened. Just got rid of that stupid little notification that my computer kept yelling at me about. I hope this is not my storm. Use that. do that. Okay. If this isn't on my storm, if this recording isn't on my storm, I'll just... Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna hope it is. Because I don't know how to actually tell that. I don't have the ability to overlay like that. So I'm just gonna hope it is. Get rid of a white hit. I will be honest, that was completely unexpected. Like, heal? Oh, great. I just low-key almost fell out of my chair from that one. Okay. Yeah. I guess I didn't realize how much of a healer my balance really can be. I think I like this setup. $800. I'm just gonna Tempest. That is so overkill. Yeah. In fact, I think that's enough to kill every boss in this dungeon in one shot. If they all had their health bars joined together, I think that's still enough to kill them all in one shot. Because there's that. And then like 3,500 or something like that. And then 4,000. Because the one over here isn't a boss. Yeah. I think even if we were to add Gladiator to it, you know, the guy I'm actually currently like right on top of, the guy you get to by going through the area down there. The optional thing of going through that gate. I think even if his health was added into it, it still would have one shot. His health and all three of the bosses regularly along this dungeon, and I think it still would have. I could be underestimating his health, honestly, but hold up. Let me get my balance over here. Because you can't teleport in this dungeon. I know, I've tried. Drives me crazy. I wonder reduces his health is actually still 4,000. Okay, so this one should be easier, I would think. Should be a little bit of a faster battle. I could be wrong. Probably am by the look of it. Look, what? I actually don't understand what I just said. Oh. I don't understand what I say half the time. I'm just gonna do that because he can't really do anything else. Dark Wind, why not? Here's something I never understood about that. She's Moon. She cast a Moon Shield. That's literally like an Ice casting an Ice Shield, or a Storm casting a Storm Shield, or a Myth casting a Myth Shield. It's like, why? Because her resistances are Myth, Ice, and Death. But that's exactly what that's exactly what the Moon Shield is Myth, Ice, and Death. It's like, why even bother? Downside of putting a whole bunch of heals into my balance side. He doesn't exactly get the blades. I'm just gonna hit. Truthfully, if I tried, I could probably solo this dungeon, but I get the feeling you guys don't want to watch a 10-hour video. Just saying. In case anybody was wondering, I could technically probably solo this dungeon. Just, that would be like a 10-hour video, and I don't think anybody wants to watch that. Like, there's a reason when people do soloing of these massively difficult bosses and all of that, like when in the videos of people who solos Titan's Trident, if any of you have seen those, they always speed up the video during the battle because it takes them like 3 hours. So they speed it up to like 15 minutes. And just play, usually, some kind of massively intense music just because, oh, they're fighting a hard boss and they want to make themselves look good or something. I don't know. I don't really understand it. But, oh yeah, he's Storm. Let me get my balance over really quickly. Because again, you can't teleport in this dungeon. I don't understand why they did that. Ugh. I turned those off. Hold up. If my recording cuts out again, I am so sorry, but I need to figure that out. Because I turned those off. There. Shouldn't bother anymore. I am actually surprised that it did not stop my recording for that. But, okay. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna keep one of those just to be safe, but I don't think I'll need it. So I should have fixed the Discord thing because I know that those show up. So it's just like randomly. I don't know why it did that. Because I turned off the notifications for that. I only told it, do not give me notifications because I know it overlays on top of the game and that follows into the recording. I know that much. So I very specifically told it, do not give me notifications. So now I just completely went offline from Discord, so I shouldn't be getting those anymore. Also, in case any of you noticed, yes, my balance is still using Sky Iron Hasta. That's because it's just a really awesome wand. Even though it doesn't give the greatest wand hits for later on, that 10% damage does a lot. Anyone who's never seen the Sky Iron Hasta, I'll show you what I mean when I get it on this wizard, because it's a guaranteed collect. You're guaranteed to get it from Ares. But it's, in my opinion, the best wand you can have for quite a while, honestly. With the exception of, like, Crown's Gear wands and stuff like that, which I would highly recommend against getting, because, in my opinion, it's not worth it to spend crowns on something that's just going to get replaced. I'ma hit and heal. I should make a gear guide. I'm just thinking. I'm mentioning all this, like Sky Iron Hosta's best one for a while, yada yada yada. I should make an actual gear guide. Guess I'm not hitting right now. Yeah, I should actually make a gear guide. I don't know. We'll see. I love how much I can heal for. Let's try this again. My spine just like suddenly started hurting. Oh well. I'll be fine, I'm sure. I love how it thought he was in the middle. Because like that's where it registered the damage. Yeah, this stuff don't work. Do not use it. Honestly, do not use it. Like, these wands, even though this is a okay wand, do not use it. The Ares wands and the Zeus wands, don't use them. They're not worth it. The wands you want to use, well, excuse me, the wand you want to use is the Sky Iron Hosta. It is unrivaled. Eris Golden Apple. I think there's 3 battles left. Because it's a Poyo Bright one. And then it's what's her name? The Centaur. And then it's the Elite Guard. Then you do this puzzle here with tokens you got. And then you go to Hephaestus. This puzzle's pretty easy, by the way. It's just left, right, middle. If you actually want to understand why, you can actually tell by the pictures around the wall. Yeah, it's because it's a Poyo Bright one, the Centaur, Elite Guard, this puzzle, going to Hephaestus, there's a battle against the Cyclops guards or whatever, and then you fight, then you talk to Hephaestus, you get the Bronze Eagles, you fight Ares, you fight Zeus, so yeah, 3 more battles. Unless, of course, I do Gladiator, which not happening, that's a level 90 boss. I think that's all I need to say. just glancing off at the side of my balances screen, like the side that I can actually see, it's just got a whole bunch of text bubbles on it. So, like, it's kind of funny. And there's another one. Alright. Elite Cyclops Guard. Also, both of my characters have full bottles, and very much so on purpose. I don't think I'll need these prisms again, so... But I'm gonna leave my deck set up like this because, well, I guess get rid of the Storm Trap, but... Yeah. I'm gonna leave my deck set up like this because after this it's 2 more bosses, so... Zeus is gonna yell at me when I hit him about hesitation, but... I don't really care. Like, he'll be dead. Can't yell at me about hesitation if you're dead. Because, I mean, that's honestly Zeus's main cheat, is you hesitate too much. Which happens if you use... Well, I guess I'm not doing anything this round. Yeah, it says, you hesitate too much cheat, which... Basically, if you use a spell that's higher than 5 pips? Don't quote me on that. But it's higher than a certain number of pips, then Zeus will say you hesitate too much and will actually use a Minotaur on you. Cheat cast, of course. Ares' main cheat is, you dare strike me directly, which is basically if you use a single hit attack on it, like, you use a single target hit on him, so anything that's not a hit all. Basically anything that's not an AoE, like Tempest or Sandstorm or something like that. If you were to use a Scorpion or Frost Beetle or something like that, he would say, you dare strike me directly, and what actually... he takes his spear, Sky Iron Hosta, slides it across the floor, making it spark. And you'll probably see what I mean, because he does it as a regular cast too. But he does that to you if you strike him directly. Yeah, I'll do that. It's better than the alternative at the Pixie, I guess. I don't see a downside to using Darkwind. Like, they're mid. I don't see them using storm attacks. Oh, Zeus's Minotaur minion's gonna be a pain. Zeus has... You guys will... Actually, I'll just wait till I get to Zeus to explain it to you guys, because it's a pain to work with. You know, I'm actually moving through this dungeon a lot faster than I thought I would. It's been... Let's see, it's been like 45, 50 minutes total so far. Most, I think. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But when is it? It's been a lot shorter of a time than I would have expected for me to be getting over here. That's okay. I'm probably gonna have both my characters die at least once before the end of this dungeon. I'm just gonna Tempest and hope for the best. Hold up. I'm gonna silence my phone real quick. Because it keeps vibrating. I don't know if you can hear it, but it keeps vibrating on my desk. There. Shouldn't do that anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it keeps on my desk just going. Actually, I think that was a pretty good imitation of one vibration. I don't know. Yeah. Truthfully, you guys probably didn't hear it. I'm probably just sensitive hearing, but yeah. It was annoying me, so I stopped it. Again, do not use these. I guess they're probably fine if you're if you get them before you get to Ares, but to help you in battle with Ares because of the accuracy. But once you get that Sky Iron Hasta, use the Sky Iron Hasta. You'll see why. Normally, if I have two characters in here, I have one sit at Hephaestus, and the other one go grab the eagles. But I want to show you guys where the eagles are. That way you guys know. One of them is right outside. It's right over here. Literally right outside the Hall of Watchful Eye. Second one, and you can collect them in any order, but the next one would be up around here, next to the moon chamber. There's another one over here, right next to the exit. You know, I actually have messed up a couple times collecting the eagle over there because I'd accidentally walked towards the exit. Luckily, it asks, "Are you sure you want to leave?" or something like that. It clarifies, "Hey, you're leaving the dungeon. You sure you want to do that? You have to start over if you come back." Like, I'm lucky it does that, because otherwise I would have had to restart this dungeon so many times when farming it. The last one's right inside of the, I think this is the sun chamber or something like that. Yeah, it's sun chamber. And it's right inside to the right. And then you go back to Hephaestus. My balance just sitting there on the balance system. Wait, I said balance system. I think they're called windstorms, but whatever. And locate Hall of Battle. Fun fact, Velker Sandcaller is the first character I've ever had to have a first name other than Zachary. This is Ares' Savage Spear. Imagine if that shield came with the Sky Iron Hasta. Like, that would be sweet. I'm gonna have my balance go around and grab some health and come back over. No reason to use the bottle if I don't have to. I'm gonna be so sad if this is for some reason recording my balance. I can't see why it would, but alright. I think that's a good setup. And I like the setup on my balance, so let's just go ahead on in. Make sure I have her in my backpack. Yeah, I definitely have her in my backpack. Alrighty. Oh yeah, he's also got this cheat. At the start of the start of the first round and every, I think, fourth round after that, he casts Amplify. Basically, he keeps a permanent Amplify on himself at all times. I do believe you can get rid of it with, I think the spell's called Supernova or something like that. It's one of the Avalonian balance spells that gets rid of an aura and does damage in return. It's one of the cases when KingsIsle actually showed love towards balance. What do you know? Yeah, I love balance. Personally, I love the School of Balance. I want to do a balance walkthrough at some point. That's still going to be a while down the line, though. But KingsIsle really does not show appreciation for the balance school. I'm not going to get too far in depth on it, but basis of it, KingsIsle takes the balance school and says, oh hey, yeah, all these cool fancy things that the other schools are getting. Yeah, you don't get them for a while, and then when you do, every other school gets them too. What? Like, huh? How does that even make sense? The most in-depth I'm gonna get is a minor example. Pierce blades, or as they're referred to, spears. Every fire, ice, storm, myth, life, and death all get their own spear, which is 10% pierce. Except balance. Balance gets the spirit spear and the elemental spear, which is 6%, which the spirit spear is 6% life, myth, and death, and the elemental is 6% fire, ice, and storm. But there's no balance sphere. There's the treasure card version of balance spear, but balance spear as a spell doesn't exist. In fact, balance doesn't even get a spear for itself. Technically, you could say, this is what I was talking about. This is that cheat I was talking about. Like I said, he casts as a normal spell too, but that's what he does. Yeah, balance doesn't get a balance sphere. It gets the spirit and elemental spears, which balance has little use for. So what's KingsIsle's solution later on for that? Okay, we'll just hand you, okay, fine, you want a spear? Here's Strike. Balance didn't get any kind of balance spear until Shadow Strike came out. And it's with Shadow Strike, which means it's not even a balance spear, it's just a spear. Like, because Balance doesn't even get Shadow Strike naturally. You have to use Training Point for that. Balance gets Seraph. Why Balance gets Shadow Seraph, I don't know. Maybe because it's the second best healing aside from life, but... it's like... Prism's okay, Balance not getting a Prism, I can understand that because, well, it's Balance. Kinda hard to put a Prism to that. But you're crossing the line a little bit when you take away a spear. Like, that's like not giving us a blade. But, anyway, I already went more in depth than I intended. That's just one example. There are plenty of examples as to King Sal just completely ignoring Balance. It's like, is Balance just King Sal's least favorite school or something? What I will say is, while it's the hardest solo school, it's not the hardest school because in a group setting, Balance is actually pretty reasonable. As you can probably tell from this already. Pixie. In a group setting, Balance does actually do pretty well. That's when Balance mainly shines. Now, I personally can solo Balance. It's not too hard for me, but that's probably partly because the first wizard I ever had was Balance. That's Zachary Legend Runner. Stay tuned for more explanation on that one. Yeah. I'm not gonna say any more than that. Just stay tuned for that one. I'll explain him, but not now. I know some of you are probably just sitting there like, what's there to explain? It's wizard. It was your first wizard. You'll figure out what to explain when I actually explain him. But that'll be in a later video. Truthfully, I probably won't explain him until, like, I probably won't fully explain him until I start my balance walkthrough in a year or so. So, just, I guess if you really want a full explanation on him, be patient. Now, if I just start getting like a whole bunch of comments saying, explain your balance, okay, I might explain him, but as of right now, I'm not in a rush to do so. For now, just leave it at first wizard I ever had. I think that should be enough to kill. Maybe not the snake, but... Yeah, not the snake, because of the shield, but I mean... Should kill Ares. I'm gonna find this guy in that dresser. Or dresser. Desk. Yeah, yeah. Ares is dead. Yeah. Okay. Are you serious? That's Power Nova. Power Nova and Supernova, very similar names, very different actions. Cool. And there's the Sky Iron Hosta. Admittedly, this is probably a problem. Unless you're ice, this might be a problem. However, okay, I don't care about that. I would honestly be willing to say it's not that big of a deal when you take a look at the fact that it gives a power pip instead of just a regular pip, and 10% damage. It's pretty good. Alrighty. Zeus is gonna be yelling at me so hard at the end of this battle. Because I'm gonna be using like a 7-pip Tempest or something like that. He's just gonna be like, you hesitate too much. Like, it's not hesitating, it's called being smart and actually saving up my pips so my Tempest does something. just thought it'd be fun. Now I will say my balance might get hit a little bit early on, because I'm going to be doing two things, technically. He's going to be drawing attention for one. The other thing he'll be doing is, I don't want to use the power pip for any of those. The other thing he'll be doing is getting rid of that Minotaur. Because that Minotaur loves Tower Shield and Legion Shield. I think they nerfed the probability of them using it by a little, but it's still... They use it way too much. And yay, I just got a crit. I'm not sure how necessary that was, but okay. So here's what Zeus does. It's literally a Minotaur. You hesitate too much. So, I'm just gonna hit. Like... honestly. And my storm didn't fizzle once. This dungeon went a lot faster than I thought. Here, that thing, don't use it. It's not worth it. Like, okay, I didn't really get anything of use. But, let me just, show you the problem. First off, it's your own school that you're having as your hit, which is a much bigger problem than not being just not being the opposite. So, that's the first reason you don't want to use these. The second reason is it gives you a regular pip instead of a power pip. Third reason is Storm has the highest damage of them all, and it's still only 5, which is only half of what Sky Iron Hosta gives. That's not worth the 1% incoming. Or, excuse me, 1% outgoing. Even worse. Because, I'm sorry, as a Storm, I'm not going to be healing much. I'm not sure why it says all schools, but whatever. This is not worth it. Let's put it this way. If you can look off to the new gear changes when you click on it, and there's that much red, don't equip it. Ever. It's not worth it. I didn't really get anything of use. Obviously, I'm going to be stitching my... I'm obviously going to be stitching this onto the Sky Iron Hosta. That way it still keeps my Mushu look, but... Woo! That's Mount Olympus. Dr. Silenus. And done. Oh yeah, it's a lot of experience, by the way. Badges. I don't even know the badge I'm currently wearing. Actually, let me see real quick. I'm gonna go look at my balance. What badge it? Because I will be able to see. Crusher, Crusher. Hysteria. Oh, yeah, I guess. Anyway. Aquila. Honorable Bronze Archon. Now, observant eye would notice 6 Aquila badges, but there's only 3 dungeons. That's because there's 2 badges for each. There's the Honorable Bronze Archon for completing Mount Olympus. There's... I forget what it's called offhand, but hold up. I should have it on Legend Runner. We should have all 3 of them on Legend Runner, actually, so... Who apparently is not friended on my store. Truthfully, that makes sense, though. Character badges. Aquila. I have all 6 of them, yeah. Honorable Bronze Archon for completing Mount Olympus. Valorous Silver Archon for completing Atlantis. Glorious Gold Archon for completing Tartarus. Supreme Gladiator for defeating Gladiator, what's his name? Wave Tamer for beating Aphrodite 1, most people call it, because Aphrodite 2 is in Darkmoor or whatever. I don't think that's actually Aphrodite. Aphrodite is not a plant, but whatever. And then Bearer of the Silver Sickle is beating Kronos. I believe Supreme Gladiator, Wave Tamer, and Bearer of the Silver Sickle do require the quest. I think you get those from the quest to beat those because there's a quest for each of them. And it's completing that quest. Each of the quests is literally just beat Gladiator, beat Aphrodite, beat Kronos. Kronos, by the way, is the father of all the immortals, in case you guys didn't know. Teaching up on all your mythologies. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode. I still need to create the thumbnail. Great. Wheel. Okay. On that note, I'll see you guys whenever I can get this video. Whenever I can get the next video up. In other words, next video depends on this video. Kind of makes sense, I guess. So, I'll see you guys whenever I can get the next video up. We'll see when I manage to even get this one up. Oh, it's probably gonna be another week or so. Actually, the thumbnail shouldn't be that hard to make, come to think of it. It'll just be a nightmare to upload. I'll deal with it. Well, I'll see y'all in the next episode where we're gonna do the Crimson Fields. We were supposed to do Mount Olympus before Mushu, and we've almost beat the first Oni, and now we're finally doing Mount Olympus. Just goes to show how much I struggled with, or how much I messed up with everything else. Clearly, I'm not perfect. But you know what? No one is. And yes, I basically just pulled the wise man notes that in fact he's not wise card. Yeah, that's a interesting philosophy. Only the foolish actually think they're wise. I would say firsthand, I'm very smart. I'm not wise. I am very foolish. But just realizing that makes me a little bit more wise. Though I don't think so. But theoretically, realizing I'm foolish makes me a little more wise. Again, I don't think so. I'm very foolish. I make mistakes left and right. I'm actually kind of hoping that I can work some of those out as I get more experience with YouTube, just in general. But, so sorry for a while, you're gonna get all of my mistakes with video uploads, but, I mean, live and learn, right? I'm just gonna end this video before I make a complete idiot out of myself. I think it's already too late for that. See you all in the next episode.